Does cold proofing actually make bread better? Or is it just another baking trend? Today, I'm testing cold proofing in the fridge versus room temperature proofing side by side using the exact same dough. And I'm going to find out which loaf gets a better oven spring, which method develops more flavor, and which one is actually best for home bakers. And honestly, if you stick around to the end of the video, the results even surprised me. So if you've ever wondered whether cold proofing overnight is worth the extra time, this video will help you decide. Hi there, baking besties. Welcome back to Humbly Homemade, where we make bread baking feel approachable with science-backed tips. One of the most common questions I get from fellow home bakers is, should I proof my bread at room temperature or in the fridge? And my answer usually is, it depends. So instead of giving vague answers, I actually wanted to test both methods side by side with my classic go-to crusty Dutch oven loaf, which I'll link down below in the description box. We're using the same dough, same flour, same mixing method, same baking conditions. The only difference is how the dough gets proofed. Okay, so let's quickly first talk about what these two different proofing methods actually are. But first, I just want to clarify that we're talking about the proofing stage or the dough's second rise here for both of these methods. That means that our dough has already risen, been shaped, and now it's getting that second rise. So first, cold proofing, or also called cold retard or bulk retard, means that you're letting the dough rise slowly in the fridge for at least 12 hours, but usually around 24 to 48 hours, and the ideal temperature is between 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit or 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, for room temperature proofing, that means that your dough rises at room temperature until it's ready to bake, and usually this can be anywhere from 30 minutes, maybe to an hour, maybe a little longer, and that ideal temperature is between 75 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 to 26 C. Now, many bakers believe that this slower cold proof creates a better, more complex flavor, stronger structure, and improved oven spring. But does it actually make a noticeable difference for home bakers? Let's test it. All right, let's talk about the experiment setup. Here are my ingredients for the dough, and I'll link it down in the description box if you want to make it at home. It's a simple dough, just bread flour, table salt, dry yeast, which I'm using instant yeast, and water. Both doughs were handled exactly the same. They were kneaded in the stand mixer for 5 minutes with an additional 1 minute by hand. Then they had the same bulk fermentation for 1 hour, the same shaping technique using the tension pull method to create boules. And then after that, our tale of two loaves began to diverge. One loaf was proofed at room temperature for 30 minutes, and then the other loaf went into the fridge overnight for 12 hours. Okay, so let's talk about our baking results now. This is the loaf that I did with the cold proof, and this is the loaf that I did with the room temperature proof. The room temp proof loaf baked up beautifully, but as you can see, that cold proofed loaf had a noticeably better oven spring because it's just a little bit taller. And you can see on the cold proof loaf, these ears, or the little kind of extra crispy ridges, they opened up more dramatically since the scoring held better. The crust on this one also came out a little bit deeper in color, a little more caramelized. But honestly, the differences aren't massive. So now let's take a look inside. The room temperature loaf has just a slightly softer crumb and a slightly softer, less crunchy, crispy crust, and a little bit more of like an even texture. Smells amazing. Perfect. And then the cold proof loaf has a little bit more of like a chewy texture. The crust is definitely more crispy and crackly, and it has just a slightly more open crumb structure. But honestly, both loaves are delicious. I even had my husband do a blind taste test, and he just said, the bread is great, no notes, couldn't tell the difference. So, which method makes better bread? Now I know this might sound cliche or anticlimactic, but I really do think it depends on what you want. I would suggest to go with the room temperature proofing if you want bread the same day. So depending on your schedule, if you don't want to wait overnight for the cold proof, stick with the room temperature proofing. If you're newer to bread baking, I think the room temperature proofing is also a great place to start. And finally, if you want slightly softer, a little more dense bread, go with that room temp. On the other hand, I would say to opt for a cold proof if you want to let it go overnight or even 2 or 3 days. This all depends again on your schedule. I like cold proofing and even cold bulk fermenting my dough just because it allows me to spread out the steps, especially with a young baby at home where schedules are totally up in the air. Second, the colder the dough, the easier it is to score. So if you're a beginner and you're just doing 1 or 2 simple scores, that room temperature proof is going to be great. However, if you're getting a little more artistic and decorative with your scoring, then I would suggest a cold proof just because that dough is not going to snag as easily. And I find you have a little more wiggle room if you're doing a longer scoring pattern when the dough is cold after proofing in the fridge. Finally, if you want a slightly more chewy, open crumb, that kind of bakery artisan style results, go for that cold proof. Now, personally, I think cold proofing gives a slight edge in flavor and appearance. I also love spreading out my bread baking over a few days when I'm really busy, like I talked about earlier. But room temperature proofing is still an amazing option for everyday bread baking, and I use this method often as well when I need bread to go with dinner that night. Have you tried cold proofing before? Which method do you like best, or which one are you going to try that you haven't before? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you enjoy approachable artisan bread baking content, make sure to subscribe for more cozy baking recipes and science tips to improve your homemade loaves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy baking!